Hello everybody, and welcome back to the FPL GOAT channel. Today we're going to be talking about the best free hit team for blank game week 18. Let's begin. The player who we have in net here is Darlow. He's projected to get 3.8 points and has an easy fixture of Sheffield away from home. And he's made 64 saves this season, which is the third most of any keeper. And Sheffield are expected to get 0.9 goals per game, which is the third least of any team. And Sheffield's shots per game is 8.41, which is the second least. And Sheffield's shots on target of 2.82 is the second least also of any Premier League team. The first player we have in defense here is Concello. He's projected to get 4.2 points, which is fifth in defense. And he has a fixture of Bruyne at home. And he has attempted 24 assists this season, which is fourth of all defenders. And Man City have kept 7 clean sheets, which is third of all teams. And Man City's expected goals conceded per game is 0.85, which is the best in the Premier League. And their expected clean sheets per game is 0.53, which is also the highest in the Premier League. The second defender we've got is Kieran Tierney. He's projected to get 3.8 points, and his next fixture is Crystal Palace at home. His attempted assist is 21, which is fifth of all defenders. And Crystal Palace have kept 2 clean sheets, which is the second least of any team. And they've conceded 29 goals, which is also the second most of any team. And Crystal Palace shots on target per game is 3.76, which is the sixth least of any team. The third defender we have is John Stones. He's projected to get 5.1 points, and his 5.1 points is the highest of any defender, and his fixture is Bruyne at home. And his projected FPL points is 5.48, which is third in defense. Man City have kept 7 clean sheets, as we mentioned, which is the third most. Expected goals conceded for City is the best in the league, with 0.85. And their expected clean sheets is 0.53, which is the highest in the league. Now, to move on to the midfielders, we're going to start with Bruno Fernandes. He's projected to get 6.5 points, which is the best in the league, and he's got Burnley away from home. His expected assists per game this season is 0.36, which is the third highest of all players. And he's projected as expected FPL points per game is 8.13, which is the second highest of any player. And Man United have scored 33 goals, which is the second most, only after Liverpool. The second midfielder we've got here is Heung-Min. He's projected to get 5 points and has a fixture of Aston Villa away from home. And his expected goals is 0.48, and his expected FPL points per game this season is 8.25, which is the most of any player. And his goals per game is 0.75, which is the second most of any player, only after Mo Salah. The third midfielder here we have is Kevin De Bruyne. He's projected to get 7.6 points, which is the highest this game week, and his fixture is Brighton at home. And his expected assists per game is 0.45, which is the highest in the league. And Man City, their expected goals per game is 1.8, and that is the second highest in the league, only after Liverpool. And his expected points per game is 6.96, which is the second highest in the entire league. Okay, so the fourth midfielder we have is Bokoyosaka. He's projected to get 3.9 points, which is the highest of any midfielder under 8 million. And he's got Crystal Palace at home. And he's got 29 points in the last 4 games, which is the third highest of any player. And Crystal Palace, as we mentioned before, they've only kept 2 clean sheets, which is the second least in the league, and their 29 goals conceded is the third most in the league. So that's it for the midfielders. Now let's move on to our attackers. First one is Lacazette. Lacazette's fixture is Crystal Palace at home, and his expected goals in the last 4 games is 2.39, which is the highest of all forwards. And his shots on target the last 4 games is 7 shots on target, which is the highest for forwards. And as we mentioned, Palace kept 2 clean sheets, which is the second least, and they've conceded 29 goals, which is the third most. The second attacker we have here is Calum Wilson. He's projected to get 4.4 points, which is the third highest of all forwards, and he's got Sheffield away from home. And his expected goals per game is 0.55, third highest of all forwards. And Sheffield are the only team in the entire Premier League to keep no clean sheet, and they've conceded 29 goals, which is the third most, tied with Crystal Palace. The third and final attacker and final player we have here is Anthony Martial. Martial's projected to get 4.2 points this week, which is fourth amongst all forwards, and he has Burnley away from home. And as we mentioned before, Man United have scored 33 goals, which is second only after Liverpool. So here is a quick recap of our team for blank week 18 to use with your free hit. And yeah, that's going to be all for today. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.